Is femininity and masculinity more biological or social? I think it's a little bit of both. Socially, we're expected, based on our gender, to wear certain things and to behave a certain way. But when you remove the uniforms of gender, like how we're supposed to dress, because it varies from different cultures, dresses, pants, robes, whatever, so that's all social. So strip all that away. How do we behave based on our biological natures, or based on our biology? Femininity is associated with females. As a female, like me, I'm expected to be intuitive, generous, nurturing, creative, collaborative, caring, receptive, and grateful. Men, with masculinity is associated with males. Males are expected to be logical, confident, focused, strong, stable, clear, assertive, and goal-driven. That's what is expected. Now, when you look back in the day, when nature was more prevalent than technology, males and females came together and did certain things based on their biological makeup. As men are the stronger of the two, they were expected to hunt for game and to protect their family. Logical. Women, as the childbearer, was expected to care for children, to nurture, and provide a nurturing environment for children and their spouse. They cooked the game. So it wasn't like men hunted for their women, they hunted for their family. Women didn't nurture and care for their men, they nurtured and cared for their family. It was about collectiveness, about the family unit, about the community. It wasn't just there was no boyfriend and girlfriend. My girl gonna cook me dinner tonight. No, she's cooking to provide for her family. You're hunting to provide for your family. That was how it was back in the day. But in this new age, we're trying to put that onto boyfriends and girlfriends. But there was no boyfriend and girlfriend, but we still want that mentality of the traditional without the marriage and the family without community. And I think that's why we're in trouble. We just don't know how to make that work today. Anyway, moving on. Now, I believe masculinity and femininity are necessary for a stable environment. One cannot successfully exist without the other. Now, I believe masculinity without femininity is chaos, and femininity without masculinity is destruction. The two balance each other out. And that's why within us we have both, because it's necessary, it's needed. But as a female, because of my biology, my femininity is in the forefront. As a man, his biology, his masculinity is in the forefront because that better suits his biology. Right? That's what I think. One is more dominant than the other because of our biology. Now, if I as a female, as a woman, don't have a masculine energy, a mask around me to protect and provide for myself and family, I must bring out my masculinity in order to survive. My femininity alone will not allow me to survive. Without that, I have to bring out the masculine in me. I must hunt, to say a better word. I must provide. I must protect. I must find ways to protect myself. I must find ways to provide for myself. This is just how it is. It's a survival thing. And for men who don't have a feminine energy around them, they have to bring out their femininity. They have to nurture themselves. They have to provide a nurturing environment for themselves. So they have to bring out that femininity. He has to, while I have to protect myself physically, he in turn has to protect himself emotionally. And what does that do for both parties? If you don't have that balance and you're going against your natural biological nature, you become aggressive. And aggression is not a masculine trait. I don't care what anybody else says. men and women both become aggressive when they are not balanced properly. When we have too much of the energy that's not natural to us, we become aggressive. The aggression is a defense mechanism because I am vulnerable because I don't have physical safety. So I become aggressive and I need you to be away. The man doesn't have emotional stability. So he becomes aggressive and wants you to stay away. Aggression, like someone who's aggressive, their energy is not right. They're not in a good place. And aggression is not masculine. I don't care what anybody says. It's not masculine. It's a defense mechanism. It is. Agree or disagree? So I think it's important when you find someone of the, I'm talking about hetero stuff, of course. And you find somebody of the opposite sex, that you're aware of your energy. If you're bringing off too much masculine energy, and as a man, if you're bringing off too much feminine energy. Because if as a man you're bringing out too much feminine energy, the woman still feel like she's on a defense mechanism, that she needs to protect herself physically, because you cannot do that. You cannot protect, you cannot provide. And the same vice versa. If the man feels like this woman cannot nurture me, she cannot help me and protect me emotionally, I am going to, keep providing that emotional need for myself because she doesn't provide it. So with that, I cannot provide her physical safety because my emotional safety is at risk. And so I think we just need to be aware of those things. We need to be secure in our femininity, not how we dress, because listen, I don't have to wear dresses and heels and all this and be all performative. That's social, to be feminine. And you don't gotta be all wearing cowboy hats and blah, 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 and put them, like performative masculinity and performative femininity. Whatever, that's a social thing. But by our biology and our nature, that's what we should be more attuned to. And like looking at a man, if he doesn't dress how you feel like a man should dress, so what? Is he performing masculine roles, or is he masculine? Is he, is he logical? Is he confident? Is he focused? Is he strong? Is he stable? Is he clear? Is he assertive? Is he goal driven? That's what you should be looking at. And for the women, like guys, if she's not overly makeup and heels and all this stuff, what you should be looking for, is she intuitive? Is she generous? Is she nurturing? Is she creative? Is she collaborative? Is she caring? Is she receptive? Is she grateful? That's what you should be looking for. But we're focusing so much on the societal expectations of femininity and masculinity and not the biological. You know what I mean? Interesting note. Cultures whose masculinity is at the forefront, where they do not appreciate the feminine nature at all, are often very warlike. They get very aggressive. But societies where you have a blend of both tend to be a little more cooperative. When, I know a lot of religious places, very religious countries are male, masculine dominated, and you see how they're always fighting, they're always combative, they're always aggressive, because they don't appreciate the feminine at all. And I think the same, if a society is too feminine, it's also going to be aggressive and combative, because we're not in our natural state. Femininity is strength if it's allowed to blossom properly. And we need each other, I think. You need masculine, you need feminine. Feminine cannot blossom properly without masculine energy around it. Masculine energy cannot blossom properly without feminine energy around it. And that's what I think. That's what I believe. My family, like I've seen women who aren't traditionally with their uniforms that's overly feminine and girly, but they are storing it down. They are cooking, they are providing, they are nurturing. You know what I mean? Like when men are upset that a woman has an opinion and she should be silent. That is not, silence is not femininity. It's not. It's not at all. Femininity is about, say, like, remove, like, go back to the people back in the day who were in the jungles, or even today. They just do not think, they know their woman's gonna say some stuff. They're gonna speak. They have a mind of their own while they're doing what they have to do for the family. They're not quiet, they're not docile. That whole meek, like, what meek woman is gonna hold you down? No, that's not femininity. That is, I don't know what that is. That is just not. And men who just want to fight all the time for no damn reason, that's not masculinity either. These two extremes they're not what we think it is. Both have minds of, both speak, have minds of, both have a place. Both have a place. And they complement each other. Men should not be all fighting all the damn time. Women shouldn't be all meek and quiet. You know what I mean? So just know what energy you're bringing to a relationship, if you're bringing too much of one or the other, because if you bring too much of one, the other person's going to say, okay, I need to dial down mine because this one has too much. This has too much masculinity, so I need to be feminine. This one has too much femininity, so I need to be masculine. Just know where you are. If you're okay with that dynamic, fine. But if you're not, readjust and and look at what energy you're bringing forth as a man and woman. And I'm not talking about how you dress or, acting certain ways. No. You could be feminine and like comic books. You could be feminine and like watching sports or even playing sports. You could be masculine and like the violin, like watching Love and Hip Hop. It's about what you do with you and your family and how you perform in that family. It's not how you look, in my opinion. But yeah. Okay, that's all I got to say.